When we arrived, I think I had been awake for something like 36 hours straight. I was exhausted. So I'm at the Vivekananda Institute here in Mysore. I finally arrived. When you arrive in a place that you've been, thinking of for a really long time, and it's kind of like an adrenaline rush. You're very excited and you just want to see things and get started, and regardless of how tired you are. So today is our tour of the city. We're gonna go to a few temples and see some things in our fancy schmancy bus. But yes, this is what we're doing today, so you'll see a whole bunch of footage of stuff from around Mysore, the city that I'm living in right now. Mysore was actually relatively clean. It was still horribly dirty by Canadian standards, but it was relatively clean by India standards. The city was really interesting because you saw poverty there, but it wasn't to the extreme that you saw in the larger cities. Actually, a lot of people on the trip said that we had it really easy. We were living in pretty swank circumstances considering where we were. Here's some monkeys. They're everywhere. Lots and lots of monkeys. Cows wandering down the middle of the road. Very, very cool. The first temple we went to was located on top of Chamudi Hill. That was really interesting. I had never been to a Hindu temple before. This is Sri Chamundeshwari Temple. Amazing architecture. So beautiful. Completely surrounded by people trying to sell us things. Just entering into the temple here. Here we are heading inside of the main temple. So here I am at the temple, and at the dot, as you can see, a guy came up to me and stopped me in the middle of my walk. You're supposed to stop and have them put the bindi on, or not the bindi, but the kum powder, the dot, and I didn't. So he kind of chased after me and stopped in front of me, and I had no idea what was going on. It was a little scary for a few minutes because it was my first day in India. But once he had done his thing, yeah, it got back to normal. Yes, I'm not allowed to videotape inside the temples because it's considered disrespectful to videotape the goddesses. Obviously, it's slightly sacrilegious to tape anything inside, so I definitely had to shut off my camera at certain points, which is completely understandable. But for the most part, I was able to tape a lot of it. On our way back down the mountain from the temple, we stopped at a lookout so that we could see the city from up above. This is Mysore, the city that I'm living in. It's beautiful, beautiful view from up here. You can see the smog above the city. It just looks like fog, but it's not, it's pollution. Amazing.